Hi, I'm Phil Constantine. On this episode of Travels with Phil, we're going to be talking about flying spiders. Yes, flying spiders. The video I'm going to show you here that I recorded was at Mona Reservoir in central Utah, but this happens all over the world. So this is an example. Travels with Phil continues. Came back to Mona Lake, Mona Reservoir, and can you see all the spider webs right in front of me? A little glistening there in the sunlight. These kind of spiders send out a long string, and if they want to travel, they just disconnect it from all the connecting or all the spots around it, and they literally float. You know, like one of those milkweeds that you blow on, and all the little seed pods go off. Well, that's what they do. I mean, I've been out here by this reservoir, which I think is a really cool place, and it's you can see the webs here, and it's just been really cool because I was just sitting here watching a train go by, and all of a sudden I see this spider floating by. Fortunately, it's a small spider. Don't know if I'd want a big spider floating by and landing on me, but that's how they travel. And I've heard of it before, but it had been a long time and I'd forgotten about it because I just suddenly saw this spider floating by. I'm going, what the heck is going on? Until I saw the actual filament that was supporting it, and literally it'd go up and down too. Look at all the spider webs going sideways there. These are from the floating spiders out here by what once was Mona Reservoir. Let's look at how spiders manage to fly, if you really want to call it flying. This animation shows you they point their abdomen up in the air and shoot out some silk. You can call it web or thread, but I normally call it silk. And you can see it just takes them away. Now, scientists recorded this spider shooting up some silk and then flowing away. Now, this was done in low light conditions, so that's why the colors are sort of weird. But so all the threads come out, and there it goes, floating off into the distance. One theory suggested it was just floating on a breeze, but they figured the spiders are too heavy for that. So they did some research, and studies say that it's related to electrostatic force, like when the hairs on your arm raise up due to static electricity. Now, this is actually a 1909 silent movie using a model to show how they thought it was done back then. The spider would spin out the silk. If it was connected to anything on the ground, they would disconnect it, and then it would just float out there. And then eventually, whatever force was involved, they weren't sure back then, would just cause it to float away. And there it goes. Now, they also thought that when the spider wanted to come down, it would just pull back in the silk that was out there, and this would lower its exposure, and it would start to come down. And they do go up, they do go down. This is not a recent phenomenon. It's been reported as far back as in Aristotle's time in ancient Greece. Charles Darwin reported flying spiders landing on the deck and later taking off again from the HMS Beagle during calm weather while on its epic ocean voyage in the 1830s. Spiders have been found floating along at 1,000 miles from shore in the ocean and at over 3 miles above the ground in different locations and times. So it's not a science fiction film. It's just science. And they're not really flying, they're floating, but they do seem to be able to control it. Pretty interesting stuff here. All right, from Mona Reservoir, Travels with Phil, back to you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please feel free to make comments below as long as the language is family friendly. And if you like this video, please click on the thumbs up button below. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the circle with my picture in it in the lower right-hand corner of the video. The arrow is pointing at it now. And once you have subscribed, you can be notified of when I have a new video posted by clicking on the bell icon in the description field below the video. Thanks again for watching.